There's Simmons once again. Breaks through. One to beat. See ya! Simmons with another touchdown. Brockport's got the lead. Czekala looking for that first with Caldwell Jr. Double coverage into the breadbasket. Touchdown Brockport. Fourth touchdown of the year from the junior from Philly. Do you run it here if you're Simmons possibly? Get some blockers, maybe go for the score here. That is the case. Isaiah Simmons with some breathing room. He has a couple of holes. Touchdown Brockport. Simmons at it again. The Golden Eagles strike first, 6-0. On the gun. Powell out to throw. Looking for an open man. Picked off by Kyle Haddock at the 10. He goes down the sideline. Oh my goodness, nobody's there to catch him. See you later, Kyle Haddock. You gotta be kidding me. The offense, Xavier Powell looking to tie things back up once again. 11 for 20 for 156 yards. Steps in the pocket thanks to the O-line once again. Has a first down and more. Fenor trying to chase after him, and he is off to the races. Met by the linebackers. Ball comes out. I believe Brockport has it. The Golden Eagles get it back. Jameer Clark with a huge play for Brockport. Wise this time looking for the throw. Enzo got it. Aiden Papantonis, touchdown Rochester. 2nd and 8. Gallo, a reverse play to around final St. John. Another reverse to Zach Boyce going deep for the end zone once again. Wide open. He finds Diva, and Cortland's on the board with a touchdown. Play action for Creighton Wise to go for the pay dirt. Trey Johnson's got it. One play, touchdown Yellow Jackets. And Rochester is cooking right now. So moves up to the 35-yard line, and now we see their offense comes out for Brockport. Second in the Empire 8 in rushing yards at 1,619, and third in points per game with 32.75. Ben Czekala second in EA passing yards with just under 1,600, as well as 14 touchdowns on the season. It's rating 148.35.
Mentioned previously, much improved from last season, and that's just going to come from that jump you make from your freshman to your sophomore year.
3 receiver set for Brockport. You've got Caldwell Jr. downstairs up top, Sluka and Daniel Manna. Joe Moats in as an extra blocker. High snap, handoff to Isaiah Simmons, finds a wall open, breaks through for a pickup of about 6. I think they may give him forward progress there. Simmons again, 2-time Empire 8 Offensive Player of the Week, including this past Monday.
Absolutely, Marty, and very encouraging right there. You rip off a 7-yard chunk with your first carry. See the Brockport O-line. Sure, it's only the first snap, but able to move that talented defensive line of Cortland.
Rode 2nd and 3, pickup of 7 for Simmons. You look at the Cortland defense, they play cover 2. Czekala with the HB slip screen pass to Simmons, and he gets lit up there on that play. A pair of Red Dragons coming in on that, including Ellis Einbinder, the safety.
Yeah, just excellent pursuit to the ball there by the Cortland DBs. Again, mentioned before, trying to get creative in the ways that you get Isaiah Simmons the ball. They're just no room to run.
Third down will be very key on the defensive side of things. Cortland, second in Division III, holding opponents to 22% at times. Czekala looking out to throw. Slant play to Manna. Gets the first down. Spinorama just outside the enemy 45. Manna last week, 7 receptions for 55 yards. The Hudson Valley transfer with over 500 on the year.
And if you're the Golden Eagles, that's exactly what you want. Simple route concepts and just make it easy on third and manageable for Czekala. Excellent ball there.
So moves the chains up for the first down. Brockport coming in with 160. Cortland with the best first down defense, though, in the country at 81. Isaiah Simmons with a lot of routes open thanks to the O-line. Picks up about 8. Simmons,
again,
go ahead.
Just 2 carries, but you see the holes forming thanks to this talented Brockport offensive line. They graduated 2 excellent tackles, but that just speaks to the depth and just how excellent Coach Potter is with this group.
He averages a 7.6 yards per run inside the top 10 in Division III this season. This Cortland defense, interesting how they play their safety, how they play their defense. Normally you see 3-4 or 4-3. They play a 4-2-5 option, as here's Isaiah Simmons down the sideline with a first down inside the 35.
Another excellent run there. And a little small thing there that probably saved Brockport about 10 yards. Adam Montevello on the edge, a little bit out of position, let go, avoided the possible hold on the edge, and just let Simmons go to work getting the first down.
From the gun here, this time it's a 4-receiver set. Mana and Josh Lamage, who just checked in, they are both the slot receivers, but they go to Sluka, who drops it. It hops just before he made the catch, and at least a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and a good look there again. Looked like simple hitch route concept. Open there would have been a nice little 5-6 yard gain, but an early drop setting up 2nd and 10.
They leave Sluka up top. Lamage switches sides on this 2nd and 10 play. Simmons in the backfield in the gun. Good play to Simmons, and again, that O-line doing work early. About maybe a 7-yard pickup, but sets up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, very encouraging how this Brockport O-line is handling that talented Cortland D-line right now. And again, 2nd and 10 doesn't really seem like a run spot, but if you trust your running back, you get 5 here. Now you can do anything. You run it again since you're in 4-down territory, or you can go through the air.
First down target at the 23-yard line. Brockport coming in 42% in 3rd down situations. Gosella looking deep for the end zone for Sluka. Got it! Touchdown Brockport! The Golden Eagles strike first, 6-0.
1-on-1 on the outside. Blanketed coverage, but sometimes you just got to chuck it up and hope Sluka comes down with it, and he did.
7th touchdown of the season, inside the top 5 in Empire 8. That is how you have to start off this contest. Send the message early against Cortland. And now Sal Monteperto out for the PAT. Giangrasso the holder. And it goes through the uprights. The Brockport faithful, probably the biggest crowd we have seen here all season at the Nest, are hyped up. 7-0 after an 8-play, 65-yard drive. Stay with us on the Empire 8 Network. Another Big E8 matchup around the corner for Brockport, and to talk more about it, Brockport head coach Jason Mangoni. And coach, it's crazy to think that this season is the regular season is already past the halfway mark.
Yeah, well, it's only going into Game 7. It feels like we've been here for 7 months. So I was talking the other day about somebody. You better love practice if you love football, because we practice an awful long time to play 10 Saturdays. So we're excited to get our 7th one going.
Every day always matters, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So another strong win on Hilbert. Exciting time to be a Golden Eagle. 4 straight wins in the last 3, all shutouts. How would you describe your team's performance last weekend?
Exciting. I think we've come out and we've been ready to play from the jump. You know, irregardless of who we're playing, we kind of have a faceless opponent kind of mentality. Irregardless if it's an undefeated team or a winless team, you got to prepare and play up to the level of you. And I think that's what good teams do. If we look at the history of all great teams don't let teams hang around that shouldn't hang with them. So I think we've done a good job of playing up to us, and we have to continue to do that.
Offense, first time in 5 years, you guys have over 500 yards in the game, and Gosella and Sluka all with career days, each with at least 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they played well, and I think that's a stat that we've got to change, right? That's kind of an alarming stat. But I think it's been indicative of having young quarterbacks for 4 years, and, you know, it's been kind of a bright day that we have a sophomore now, a quarterback, and that we have the capability of throwing to some really good people, and our quarterback stands behind some really good offensive linemen, and kind of what you alluded to a minute ago, right? 3 shutouts in a row, and I think our defense is playing lights out.
Defense allowed 63 yards, 15 TFLs, 2 sacks, everything on 3rd down. You forced it to 4th, but we also saw a lot of other players, especially on the second string, step up too.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of the benefit the last 2 weeks have been is playing guys that have really worked hard in practice, waiting for their time. And we even got our thirds in on Saturday, which is awesome because they practice every day. They're in that quote unquote developmental stage. They play the JV games. They're working hard, but for them to get an opportunity to play on Saturday was awesome to watch.
I got some fun facts for you here, too.
Okay.
First time in program history, this team has had 3 straight shutouts.
Wow, didn't know that.
Number 1 scoring defense in Division III.
Awesome.
4th best red zone defense in the country. And no team from New York has put points on you.
Wow. Some fun things there. You've done your research, my man.
Hope to continue it this week, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
But let's get into Morrisville. Now, the last 2 years have been strong wins, but this year is a team you got to take seriously. They've got studs, especially coming off a huge win off Utica.
Yeah, if you watch that game too, talking about starting fast, their offense got the ball, went down the first 2 drives and scored. And I think they had 1 play of 0 or negative on those 2 possessions. They were churning out 6+ yard plays. They've made a change at quarterback, which has been paying dividends for them. He can run, he can throw. And, if you look at their offensive skill personnel, their tight end and their 3 starting receivers are all seniors. So when you have a new quarterback who is a junior, so he's older, throwing to guys that are older, that probably makes him feel pretty comfortable back there.
What's this week been like in practice?
It's been good. Again, kind of like I alluded to before, it's about us getting better every day. And I think when you are in this game and you realize how much you practice related to playing in games, you have to make sure every day counts. You can't put off today and try to make up tomorrow for what you were supposed to do today and tomorrow. So we're just trying to kind of piggyback days on top of each other. And I think we're garnering a lot of experience. I think when you play a mixture of older and younger that we do, you have a sophomore quarterback handing off to sophomore tailbacks who are throwing to some sophomore receivers. And then you have a group on defense that you have either that graduate senior or you have maybe a new transfer junior or a sophomore, or in some cases some freshmen. You just have to be able to multiply good days on top of each other. And I think that's what we've tried to do.
Morrisville seems to be a run-heavy team, kind of like what we've seen from you guys in the past few years, but they've got some pretty good receivers as well. Quarmel Jarvis is one. I think I saw like a Marriott as well. It looks like they're balanced, but they like to focus a lot more on the run side.
Yeah, I think similar approach. Your run's going to set up your pass, and I think that's what we've been in when we've had 4 consecutive freshman quarterbacks play. I think we can be a little more multiple where the pass can help the run and vice versa. But I think they're going to establish the run game. They have a very good young tailback who's, I think, 6 foot, 185, 190, standing next to an elusive running quarterback. And then you look at the size of their old linemen. I mean, they're massive. They got some big cats up there. So, and then now you have to worry about 3 senior receivers and a senior tight end who you mentioned, Jarvis. He's, I think 6'2", 190, 200 pounds in that range. So he's kind of more of a flex tight end, although they use him in a hand in the ground tight end. So, yeah, there's weapons, but I think they're going to try to establish the run to set up the pass.
Top 2 red zone defenses. Could this be a game possibly where more chances are taken to go for the end zone over 20 yards out possibly?
There could be. And again, the thing about their defense that Ed Raby, their head coach, is also their DC, he will, by schematics, make you go 12 plays. So, I think in the games that we've seen, there may be 2 plays over 40 yards. All the rest is under. So the explosive play is going to be tough to come by our offense based on how they play. We have to really be happy with the 6 to 7 yard plays, and I think that's what we did a great job of last year. We were never bored with that 5-yard run or 5-yard pass, and I think we have to continue to do that. But this is going to be a game that's going to be tough to get in the end zone for both teams. 2 really good defenses going at it.
We've talked a lot about in these past interviews how it's about 60 minutes of going all out, not a quiet first half, then an awesome second half. In these last few games, what have you learned, or is there something you can take from those last 3 games towards Morrisville?
Yeah, 100%. I think our focus has been coming out to play faster, play stronger. But I think the confidence that we've garnered in those 3 games, sometimes you have to do it before you believe it. It's one thing to do it in practice. It's another thing to talk and preach about it. But ultimately, do you believe anything until you see it? And I think we've done it, and irregardless of the opponent, I think we've found a way to come out faster. Now, this week we can go 3 and out 3 times in a row. I don't know, but it's overcoming the adversity of whatever we're facing. But I think the confidence level that we've garnered has been massive.
I know the strength of schedule goes up in each of the next few games, but obviously you are focused on Morrisville. This is, I think, without question, in the E8 schedule so far, your toughest opponent of the year right now. What have you spoken about with your team in terms of toughest and how to come out with a win?
Yeah, I think just the things that we've done. I think it's just focusing more on, what they do, and more importantly, how we execute our stuff. And I think anybody that's been here knows that when you face Morrisville, you're going to face a tough team, right? You're going to face a physical team. And I think we always love the challenge of exceeding or matching the intensity level of our opponent. And I think as long as we take care of the football, I think our kids will always come out and play hard, and I think we're going to need that this week to be successful.
Final question as always, what do you expect in the first 5-10 minutes after kickoff?
Well, I expect our team to be eager to get out there and prove the last 2 weeks were more about us and not about our opponent. And I think that's what, again, great teams can do. We did what we were needed to do the last 2 weeks. Can we continue that against a really good team that's well coached?
Well, like I said, I brought up those fast facts. Hopefully that continues once again.
Absolutely.
So all the best this weekend.
Appreciate
We got a good one.
Thanks, Marty.